That sounds ominous. You went here, Jolie.
Got something on your mind?
You never did actually say why you decided to come with me.
No, I never did I?
Are you always going to be this elusive?
Elusive? Me elusive? Obviously, you've never tried to grab a Twi'lek dancing girl after drinking too much Onderan Willick juice. At any rate, I already told you why I wanted to leave. I'd seen everything I wanted to on Kashyyyk. Time to go. Time to move on.
Move on where?
To bed. I'm old and tired, you know.
No, really.
How many kilometer-high trees can you find an interest in before you figure you've had enough? I'd bet you can't be bothered to stay in one room for more than 15 minutes. And then there's all the critters in the Shadowlands. I'm just happy to be back in space, doing something new. Is that too much to ask?
But you could do that on your own.
So I could. But not having a ship does tend to put a damper on that kind of idea, however. I'll admit, for all its flaws, Kashyyyk was home enough. But when you came along and I saw the destiny you had before you, I couldn't help but be intrigued.
Do you know what my destiny is?
Of course not. Weren't you listening last time? I can see that you have a destiny before you, but the details are far from clear. In fact, everything about you that I can see is odd. Slightly off, as if my eyes are trying to trick me. Something is very dark about you. But, I'm sure you don't need to hear my ruminations. You've probably got enough nosy Jedi offering you one opinion after another to make you sick.
I'm just getting... Am I meant to have gotten this hint kind of thing before I was revealed to be Revan? Because that would probably be a bit more interesting in that point. Like, what do you mean by dark? It doesn't make any sense. Tell me more of what you see.
Your future will come of its own accord, trust me. Sometimes navel-gazing at it doesn't get you anywhere. I wouldn't worry about it too much if I were you. You remind me a bit of Nomi. And that can't be all bad.
Who's Nomi?
Nomi Sunrider. She came late to the Force, just as you have, and became one of the greatest Jedi ever. Oh, fine, fine lass. Whether you'll follow the same path remains to be seen. For one thing, we'll never get anywhere if you stand around chatting up old men all day.
So you're longer some kind of observer?
Nonsense. If I ever refused to help you when you asked, how confused can one person be anyway? One thing I will say is that this little escapade does remind me a bit of my adventuring days before the war. Those were exciting times. Or at least it would remind me of those times if we didn't stand around. What's keeping you? You're too young to be so talkative. Shoo! Shoo!
Yes, sir. Right, who we've got? We've got Tima. Questions? Just chime in if you have any advice. You never have any advice. It's probably because I never use you. Because, yeah. Zolba! Zolba! Something you want. Have anything more to say, Zolba? Why did you request to take back his sword? I think we've already discussed. I think I may have already asked that. Okay. Let's chat with Juhani, then.
How may I be of assistance to you, Padawan?
What if you could talk?
What is it you would like to speak to me about?
Tell me about what happened after your father died.
After my father died, my mother was left to support me alone. A single non-human woman, living in one of the worst, most violent slums on Terrace. It was not easy for her.
No. What happened?
When my father was killed, it seemed that something in her began to die as well. She worked. She worked as hard as she was able. But over time, she began to waste away. I later learned that she was unable to get enough money to feed both of us, and had to start borrowing from the exchange, a band of cutthroats and smugglers. But even that was not enough. She hid what she was doing from me. She gave most of her food to me so that I would be strong, but she herself was suffering deeply from it. In the end, she could go on no longer, and collapsed at the cantina where she worked one day.
Surely there was a doctor.
She never recovered. There was nothing really that I could do for her. She left me no money, and no doctor would see her without being paid first. I sat by her bed for days as she lay there dying. I never want that to happen to someone I care about ever again. But there was still the money she had borrowed. She had never paid it back and made no provisions for her death. You must understand. The exchange is brutal. They care nothing for the life of a sentient being. They are the major suppliers of slaves on Terrace.
You were enslaved?
They thought it would be appropriate that, with my mother owing them money, the debt should be passed on to me. And with no way to pay, they took me by force. You have no idea what it is like to be bound like a beast and treated as such. It was the worst time of my life. They treated me like livestock. They were waiting for a buyer to give them some credit for me when the Jedi came to fight the Mandalorians.
How could the Jedi stand for that?
The Jedi could not abide by what they saw there, and drove the exchange from the face of the world, freeing those of us imprisoned there. But the Jedi soon left to fight their war, and I was left with a dream.
What was the dream? To become a Jedi, I'm guessing.
I swore that I would become a Jedi. As soon as I had enough money to do it, I bought passage on a freighter headed for Tatooine, and we both know what has happened since then.
You turned away from the Juhani? You turned away from the dark side.
I am grateful to you for having given me the opportunity to fulfill my dream, rather than become what I hated. Someday, I may make it up to you. But for now, let us keep on the task at hand.
Mm-hmm. Go on, Carth. Tell us where we need to go next, Carth. Right, what is this room? Like, there's no one in here. You'd think that maybe there'd be a companion in there, but... Nope. Carth!
Yes, what's on your mind?
Do you think you'll see Dustin again?
I think so. If he's anything like he used to be, Dustil hates to be tricked. There's no way he'll let this Sith trick him again. As for whether or not he'll be my son again, I don't know. He's so full of anger and hate. I wasn't expecting him to be like this. Well, maybe we can work it out. I hope so. I guess I'll have to wait and see. Thanks, by the way, for all your help.
Yay!
Yes, what's on your mind?
We need to talk about me being Revan.
If you're ready to talk, then yes. So am I.
And?
I can't hate you. I tried. I wanted to hold you responsible for all the things you've done for my wife, for Telos, for Dustil. But I can't.
Why?
I got the revenge I always wanted when Saul died. But it hasn't brought me the peace that I thought it would. Despite whatever part of Revan is inside you, the darkness that must surely be there, it isn't who you are. That's why I can't hate you, why I don't want any more revenge. You don't have to be Revan. You can be so much more. Whatever the Jedi did to you, they gave you that chance. Whatever's happened up until this point, there's going to come a time very soon where you're going to have to make a choice, and there won't be any turning back.
And if I make the wrong choice?
Well, then I hope I can save you from yourself.
Alright. Apparently, we seem like we might be heading off somewhere. Heading off. That's so going to confuse me with the... I think the one before it is the headmaster's off. Tatooine, Manan... Well, we need to go to... Okay, Starforge system, which we don't want to go to yet. I think we want to go to Tatooine. Actually, we want to go to Tatooine first. And go and talk to Griff. And then we want to go to the Starforge area. Yeah, the system that we just found. That we just opened up. Hello. This seems... Hello, music. You sound friendly. Oh no. Is it one of these again? Oh, it's one of these sections again. This is why we save before traveling. No! Oh no. Oh dear. If you move the mouse too far in one direction, and then click, and I don't actually know where my mouse is. Wrong side of me. Oh dear, I'm clicking on the... Oh dear, I'm clicking on the wrong thing again. Oh my goodness, what's going on? This is... Oh no, oh dear. I think that's it. Hate those sections. It's because it, like, in windowed mode, mousing around means you end up clicking on things. I think I clicked out of the screen again. It was twice. It was only twice. And they're kind of really weird sections that don't seem to fit the rest of the game. Obviously, they make sense in story. Yeah. So I think we'll go and check on Griff, and then we'll meander off. And then we'll, yeah, I think head off to the Starforge. So we must be close to the end then. I mean, I assume the Starforge area is endgame. I mean, I don't know how long that's going to take. Oh, my cursor's in the screen now. So we want to bring mission with us, obviously. And Zalbar. We'll bring Zalbar, I think. I don't know if that's a decent body combination. But Zalbar has leveled, so let us level him. Level. Obviously we need some there, and some awareness. He punches things, is what he does. Yeah, we'll go with that. I'm not going to use him, probably. Put up his strength. We've got one more, repair, because it's a skill he can do.
What?
Right. So we go and visit Griff. Okay. He should be in here. I think he said he was going to be in here. He's going to come back here after he'd done all of his stuff. Okay.
Greetings again from the offices of Zerga Corporation. Is this about bounties or something else?
I'm looking for Griff. Anything out of the ordinary happening?
I assume that by out of the ordinary, you're referring to the destruction of Terrace? That is all anyone is talking about. I'm afraid Zerga Corporation is not offering any comment on those events. We wouldn't wish to anger the participants.
Know about anything more local?
If you're looking for local events, I suggest you go to the Swoop Track, one of the few leisure industries on Tatooine. There was also a Jawa here earlier, saying something about needing help.
No.
I think he's out by the city gates. I can't be more specific about what he wanted. Our droid translators had difficulty with the message. Farewell. Zerga Corporation welcomes your future inquiries.
Okay, where is he? Where's Griff? Griff's meant to be here. We're about to head off to the end game. Oh. I gave him money that I was never going to use. Maybe he's actually in the cantina. That's possible. He did say... Oh, this is Swoop, actually. Maybe people are in Swoop. Swoop. Hut. Sorry, Spafka. Maybe you know Griff.
Tangabud shan nong. Wanga kun bis kin ba mulara. Choni yun tun gigi either dwana. Kava vulpa muji gomana. China pala mule. Tonki ba non tontek. Tunni chachon kun ne mule rabast.
I'll just ask a few questions if you have the time.
Mucho shakapaka. Yi ki kun no ba muladra ki chichon.
No, I don't want to ask about racing.
China pala mule. Tonki ba non tontek. Tunni chachon kun ne mule rabast.
Mr. The Hut, because he may have tried to make business deals with you. I'm looking for information. Oh, yeah, I've raced on Terrace. I won the season opener there.
Nobody here can compare with the racers you rode against on Terrace. You'll wipe every record from the books this backwater track.
No, I don't want to race. I don't actually want to race. I just want to find Griff. That's the only reason I'm here. I'm not interested in this at the moment. Goodbye. Why would you even do this? Like, early on. Okay, maybe late on I can understand it, but early on, where you're trying to get past Malak, and you're trying to go unnoticed, why would you do something that's going to make you kind of... There's going to be a lot of information out about you. You're going to become very well known, famous. Why would you want that to happen? If you're being all quiet and stuff about it. Gandalf, I don't know who you are. I'm fairly sure he did say the Circuit Corp. I don't know when he will have triggered is the problem. Maybe it's a time thing, and I've just, because of like the time, like, I don't know. And because I'm not doing things, either I'm getting around things too quickly, or it has to be a certain number of star maps you find. I've missed the chance to get him. Oh, that's sad. I wanted to see what was going to happen. Yeah. I think I would have preferred it if he go... Oh, maybe did he go to a different planet? Let's see. Maybe it says Mission's brother. Yeah, the credits he promised. Yeah, he did say you could meet him later in the circus supply shop on Tatooine. I think it would have been better if you'd said if they'd made it a different planet and then you travel there and oh, he happens to be there.